Hey, what's up, guys? It's Chris. Hey, I just want to give you an update on the Trans Am. Didn't know if any of you guys were even interested in the car, but reached out to a few of you on Facebook and asked, hey, are any of you guys even still interested in the Trans Am? See what's up with it, kind of where we're at with the build. And I was really surprised. A lot of you said, hey, this is how I found the channel. I remember the Trans Am. I want to know more about what's going on with the build. So I figured if you guys were interested in that, with the holidays we got, a little bit of extra time, a little downtime, we'd just take it from square one and bring you guys up to speed about kind of how things transpired, what went wrong with the car originally, the different steps we've been through, why it's taking so long, and where we're at presently a little bit. So anyways, most of you remember in 2010, the car was basically a heads cam build, headers tune, gears, just a low 400 rear wheel horsepower car. Had a lot of fun with it. Did real good on the streets, man. It was quick from red light to red light. A lot of you guys enjoyed those videos. Anyways, we went to Houston in October 2010. Did some pulls down there with some of the explicit guys. And anyways, basically the bottom end, it got a lot of blow by. I ended up cracking a piston. Car still ran. It was just the blow by and the smoke was so awful. It wasn't right. And just wasn't going to be good to continue driving the car like that. So basically just set it up, started saving some money, and getting ready to do the bottom end build on the car. So the projection long term was to do it in 3 stages. First stage was going to take care of the bottom end, get that built, and then also build the transmission and get that stiffened up. Did the spec twin disc clutch on there, rated about 1500 torque. Did the forged bottom end, the components there, stroked it out, bored it to 383, and got that ready to go. And in the process of doing that, the second stage being the suspension and the rear end kind of fell in my lap. I found a really good deal on BMR, full coilover suspension and Moser 12 bolt 410 gears in the rear. So basically compiled stage 1, stage 2, did both of those together, the suspension, the rear end, the transmission, and had the machine work done on the engine, the block itself. Did a cam swap, did some 1 3/4 headers, and other few supporting mods. Anyways, got it all back together about this time last year, Christmas of 2011. Got it all together, went to do the first fire up. Started off fine the first time, and then finished bolting things up. Got it all buttoned together and went to fire it off. A couple days later, after everything was there, it was running real rough and gave us a lot of grief for a couple of months, troubleshooting, trying to figure out what's going on. Long story short, basically had some electrical issues. Replaced the PCM, which, if you're familiar with the 98 gen car, the 98 is a difficult year to troubleshoot electronically. Had a proprietary PCM, so anyways, dealt with that, and then ended up also had a lifter stuck. Found that out. So between both of those, gave us a lot of grief for a couple of months. Really set the build back, and it was kind of difficult. Anyways, put a few braking miles on the car, on the clutch, the bottom end. Ran it for a little bit. Started changing the oil, and went through about 6 oil changes over the course of 150 miles or so, and each one just came out just black. Just completely black. And if you know, when you put in braking miles on an engine, after you go through a couple of oil changes, that oil should come out crystal clear, especially a bottom end that's been gone completely through. But it just wasn't right. So decided, hey, something's not correct here with this bottom end. Apparently the machine shop left something out or overlooked an issue somewhere along the way when they assembled it. So took it down, took the block back to the machine shop, went through it, and turns out they overbored the engine. So there was too large of a tolerance between the pistons rings and those cylinder walls. And once you take an LS1 out to 383, if you overbore it, basically you can't run a boosted application ultimately. So the block still usable, maybe NA, but that brings in our 3rd stage of the build, which is going to be a supercharger. So using that block for a boosted application was no longer possible. So anyways, that brought us to about September of 2012, kind of where we're at with that, and basically have no engine and really basically a stopping point, more or less. So originally when we made the plans for all three of these stages, I basically told Steven if that engine comes back out one more time, I'm not paying double labor for an engine to come out again later to bolt in the supercharger, fab in that blower. So when this engine came out, we went ahead and made plans to go back with the blower. So it's going to be a boosted application. The new power plant is now it's at the machine shop presently. Today they've just vatted it. They're decking the heads, getting that ready. So it's very close. Presently the car doesn't have an engine in it right now. There's no transmission. Everything is out, but all of the components have been ordered. It's all in. Unfortunately, some of you guys have seen the teaser images on Facebook. You see that the disturbed WS6 and the lightning airbrush theme under the hood is no longer there. That's gone. So we'll be changing that up, but not radically. That legacy will transcend. We'll carry that on with something pretty similar, but hopefully take it to the next level. So you won't see the typical disturbed lid under the hood, because with a supercharger, all of the piping, it's not going to allow for just an NA air filter lid there. So anyways, we'll come up with something that'll be good, but just thought I'd throw that out there for you guys, that what you've known before, it will not be. It's going to be something a whole lot better. So a couple of you know kind of what's going on with the build. Haven't really alluded to a whole lot what we're actually going to do with it. Just know that it's going to be just about as good as you can get on a country boy's budget. So I think you guys are really going to like it. I hate to throw out any sort of a timeline, because there's a lot of dynamics that still have to come into play. But like I said, all the parts are here, just waiting to put it together. So I think you're going to like it. To start doing some break-in miles, maybe do a couple of teaser videos, but not really going to do a whole lot more with footage of the car until it's completely right. So once it's right, you're going to see some really good stuff. We're going to go out there and hopefully have a good time with it, and then throw out some videos. Maybe even try and do a full build video of how everything came together. So I think you guys would like that, but until it's finalized, I don't think it's fair to tease it out and just give you guys bits and pieces. So once we're done, throw that build video together and hopefully start hurting some feelings on the street. So appreciate you guys' patience, and we'll be back with more Trans Am stuff soon. See ya.